Alrighty. Hey everybody. This will be a model review of the brand new CCM 973s. As you can see, I have all three versions of them. I'm going to go over the differences of each one, but first I'm just going to use the first one as kind of my general one that I do the most details, with the exception of the cab. I'll use the open ROPS one to do that. Anyway, we'll just get started. So, starting off with the functionality, since the functionality on all three of these is the same. That is your digging, or your maximum lift height, which is more than realistic, and that will clear a dump truck. Fine. This is your carry angle right there, which is pretty good. Your max dump angle. Oh, 1 second, I'm holding the camera in. Is right there, which could be better, but you know, I mean, you're not with every single model. You're not going to get everything. So, anyway, and then it will lift the machine off the ground. As you can see, the tracks roll very smoothly. This is on a rough surface. And then this version is the only one out of the three that has the ripper. It is basically flush with the table. It does not lift the back end off the ground. So anyway, that goes with the functionality. Besides the opening doors, you do have opening doors on both sides of the cab, which is a nice touch. But that's pretty standard with most CCM models, so it's to be expected. So getting on with the details, I'll start off with the front of the bucket. You have a spade tooth pattern on here. The back here is not perforated through. It's just solid. But that's how this bucket is designed. Getting onto the side, you've got kind of a weird plating here. Yeah, and then here's the back of your bucket. Going up the Z-bar linkage, your hydraulic or your cylinders, the jackets are plastic, I believe. Yeah, they're plastic, but the color match is perfect. So everything looks good there. You can see up here, got a bunch of hydraulic detail on the cylinders. Yeah, so kind of get a better view of it when it's up in the air. Yeah, so it looks good. And then I'm not sure what this is, but that's there. I'll give you a good. There's also rubber hydraulic lines in there. You can see. So. Getting on with the tracks, they are spring loaded, as you can see. Their tracks are metal. Your rollers and everything do roll, and they are metal. Same thing with your sprocket. You can see that there's a bunch of bolt detail in there with your sprocket. Your door is plastic, and the glass is plastic. Metal handrails here. You have the Pac-Man C with 973. You have a decal here. Not sure really what it is, but it's there. Top of your roof is metal. And as you can kind of see through the cab, there's a bunch of detail in there. When I show you the open version, you'll get a better view of what it looks like since they're all the same. Radiator here, it's textured, but it's not etched through. Same thing with this side. It's not etched through. It's just painted black. Get into the back of the machine. You have this radiator, which is etched through. It's gonna be really hard to see, but you can kind of see the yellow there on the sides. 3-shank ripper. 2 rear lights that are painted silver, Caterpillar in black letters, metal exhaust stack, And then there's your air cleaner right there. And this side of the model looks the exact same. So, yeah. And like I said, the store on this side also opens. So, yeah, so that is basically the general overview of this model. Pretty simple model. You can see there is a decal on top of the bucket as well. So, and then the bottom, you can kind of see it says CCM and there's some other stuff, but pretty plain like most models are on the bottom. But like in previous reviews, I've said that I do not display them upside down, so it doesn't matter to me. Now the Demolition version, which is probably my favorite version. I do like the one I just reviewed as well, but this one has the Demolition bucket, so it's basically like a grapple. It's pretty much the big difference, as well as that etched through screen you can see there with the windshield wiper. That is casted into the glass. That is, or into the plastic. That is not a separate piece. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, so this has the Demolition bucket and the perforated screen. And then on the back, there is guarding here for the radiator. I believe, I'll show them back here side by side. There's no, your lights are up here, not down here. And then you can see 2 silver latches on that radiator. So those are pretty much the differences between the two on that one. Yeah, cabs and everything else, functionality, as far as your lift height and everything is the exact same. And this one also has the teeth on the bottom. They're not in a spade, they're just straight. So that is that's the Demolition version and the differences in that one. And then getting off to the third one here. This is the Open Wraps version. It has a 4-in-1 bucket. So set these two aside just so we have the room, get everything in view here. This has a 4-in-1 bucket. So flips up that high for grading. And it's pretty, it'll hold any pose you want, so that's good. And it's pretty, it's stiff. So be careful with that. Just don't want to break these models, especially with what they retail for. Straight teeth here. And then you have the Open Wraps. And this is where I'm going to show you the inside here. So you can see you've got levers, you've got the seat, you've got decaling on the panels, warning labels and stuff on the inside. Towards the front, foot pedals. So, big reason why I bought this version. This is not my favorite of the three. I prefer a closed cab. But this one showed the detail of the cab, and it had a 4-in-1 bucket. So, and no ripper. It's pretty similar. It's kind of a hybrid on the back between the Dirt and the Demolition version, in the sense that it's actually pretty much more of a hybrid of the Dirt version, just no ripper with the headlights and everything. So that will give you a good view of what the back of all three of them look like. So yeah. And anyway, I'll be kind of summing up. Oh, I'll also show you the brochure that comes with it. I usually would show that in the beginning, but I didn't. So anyway, so that's all three of them next to each other. I think they all look great. Definitely really like track loaders. They're kind of a unique machine. They're not a machine that you see too much anymore. Excavators have kind of pretty much taken over their role as far as as well as wheel loaders. So showing you the brochure real quick. It's the same one it's the same brochure with all three of them. The Demolition version doesn't have anything special with it. Like, I wish it kind of gave information out about this bucket, because this is a unique bucket that you don't even really see anymore. I've actually come to think I've never seen one. So I know when I got my D9L, it came with a special thing that had some information about the impact ripper. But anyway, you get this brochure. You can see mine are all 12 of 500. I got mine direct from CCM, being that they're only 3 hours south of where I live. So I order my CCM models through them. 1 day shipping, can't beat that. So you can kind of see there's all your information. And it's got some really nice photos of the machine. So, and your controls. So it just adds to the collectability of this model. I'll show you the back of it. And it shows buckets and stuff. It doesn't show the Demolition one, but it does show the 4-in-1 and then regular bucket and then rippers. So I'll be concluding this model review here. Do I recommend these models? Of course, like any CCM model. They're very nice models. Not too many manufacturers that make a crawler loader, track loader, especially with the amount of detail and functionality that these ones do. However, you do pay for the price of them. I think they retail for about $230, somewhere in that ballpark. Definitely over 200, below 300, so maybe 250, somewhere in there. I can't remember what I paid for each one. And I would imagine these are going to be a pretty popular seller. So we'll see how long, CCM and all the other retailers have them. Yeah, I mean, there's very minute differences between the three. I've gone through all the differences. It's pretty much pick whichever one you like, if not all three, like I did. So yeah, that'll pretty much conclude this model review. I will talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.